Welcome to Zen Zone Nexus.
Introduction. Stoicism, a philosophy that originated in ancient Greece and flourished during the Roman Empire, offers timeless wisdom that continues to resonate with individuals seeking guidance in navigating life's challenges. Founded by Zeno of Citium around 300 BC. In Athens, Stoicism has endured through the ages, influencing countless thinkers, leaders, and ordinary individuals alike with its practical teachings on virtue, resilience, and self-mastery. At its core, Stoicism is not merely an abstract intellectual pursuit, but a practical philosophy of life, a guide for living with integrity, clarity, and purpose in an often chaotic and unpredictable world. Rooted in the fundamental belief that human beings possess the capacity for reason and moral agency, Stoicism teaches that true happiness and fulfillment come not from external possessions or achievements, but from the cultivation of inner virtues and the pursuit of wisdom. One of the most notable figures in Stoic philosophy is Marcus Aurelius, who reigned as Roman emperor from 161 to 180 AD. Marcus Aurelius is perhaps best known for his work Meditations, a collection of personal reflections and philosophical musings that offer profound insights into the nature of existence, virtue, and the human condition. Despite his exalted position as emperor, Marcus Aurelius remained humble and introspective, using Stoic principles to guide his thoughts and actions amidst the challenges and responsibilities of his reign. In this comprehensive exploration, we delve into 12 pivotal lessons from Stoicism as exemplified by Marcus Aurelius, examining their relevance and application in modern life. These lessons encompass a wide range of topics, from the acceptance of what cannot be changed to the pursuit of wisdom, offering practical guidance for navigating life's complexities with clarity, resilience, and integrity. Lesson 1: Acceptance of what cannot be changed. Stoicism places a significant emphasis on accepting the aspects of life that are beyond our control. This principle, often encapsulated in the phrase the dichotomy of control, is central to Stoic philosophy and is highlighted in the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's most prominent figures. At the core of this lesson is the recognition that there are certain elements of our lives, external events, circumstances, and the actions of others that we cannot change, no matter how much we may desire to do so. These factors are considered externals in Stoic terminology, and according to Stoic teachings, expending energy and emotional resources attempting to control them is futile and ultimately leads to frustration and suffering. Instead, Stoicism encourages individuals to focus their attention and efforts on the aspects of life that are within their control, namely, their own thoughts, attitudes, and actions. This concept is exemplified in Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, where he writes, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Acceptance of what cannot be changed does not imply passivity or resignation. Rather, it involves acknowledging reality as it is and choosing to respond to it with equanimity and resilience. This mindset enables individuals to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and inner peace, freeing them from the grip of anxiety and despair. Furthermore, by accepting what cannot be changed, individuals can redirect their focus and energy towards pursuits that are within their control, such as personal growth, cultivating virtuous character traits, and fostering meaningful relationships. In doing so, they can live more authentically and purposefully, guided by their own values and principles, rather than being at the mercy of external circumstances. Practicing acceptance also fosters a deeper sense of gratitude for the present moment and the blessings that life has to offer. By letting go of attachment to outcomes and embracing the inherent unpredictability of existence, individuals can experience a profound sense of freedom and contentment, regardless of the external circumstances they may face. In summary, acceptance of what cannot be changed is a foundational principle of Stoicism that encourages individuals to let go of the futile quest for control over external events and instead focus on cultivating inner resilience, clarity, and gratitude. By embracing this lesson, individuals can live more authentically, purposefully, and harmoniously with the flow of life. Lesson 2: Virtue as the highest good. In Stoic philosophy, virtue is considered the supreme good, the ultimate aim of human life. This concept, which is central to Stoic teachings, emphasizes the importance of cultivating moral excellence and living in accordance with principles such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, repeatedly extols the virtues as the cornerstone of a fulfilling and meaningful life. He writes, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This sentiment encapsulates the Stoic belief that true happiness and fulfillment are found not in external possessions or achievements, but in the cultivation of virtuous character traits. One of the key insights of Stoicism is that while external circumstances may be beyond our control, our character and moral choices are within our power to shape and cultivate. Regardless of the challenges or hardships we may face, we always retain the ability to choose how we respond to act with integrity, kindness, and moral courage. Virtue, according to Stoicism, is not merely a theoretical ideal but a practical guide for living a life of excellence and moral integrity. It involves striving to align one's thoughts, actions, and intentions with the principles of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance in every aspect of life. Practicing virtue requires ongoing self-examination and self-discipline, as well as a commitment to continual growth and improvement. It involves cultivating habits of mind and behavior that are conducive to moral flourishing and resisting the temptations of vice and moral laxity. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that the pursuit of virtue is its own reward, that the practice of living in accordance with moral principles brings its own intrinsic satisfaction and fulfillment, regardless of external circumstances. This concept is captured in the Stoic notion of eudaimonia, or flourishing, which is achieved through the cultivation of virtuous character traits. In summary, virtue as the highest good is a fundamental principle of Stoic philosophy that emphasizes the importance of cultivating moral excellence and living in accordance with principles such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By embracing this lesson, individuals can strive to lead lives of integrity, authenticity, and moral purpose, thereby realizing their full potential as rational and virtuous beings. Lesson 3: The power of perception. One of the central teachings of Stoicism is the idea that our perception of reality greatly influences our experience of life. According to Stoic philosophy, it is not the events themselves that cause us distress or suffering, but rather our judgments about those events. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, repeatedly emphasizes the importance of maintaining a rational and objective perspective on the world. He writes, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." This sentiment encapsulates the Stoic belief that by reframing our perceptions of events, we can mitigate their emotional impact and cultivate greater resilience and equanimity. The power of perception lies in our ability to choose how we interpret and respond to the events of our lives. While we may not always have control over external circumstances, we always retain the ability to control our own thoughts and attitudes. By consciously choosing to adopt a perspective informed by reason and rationality, we can transform even the most challenging situations into opportunities for growth and learning. Practicing the power of perception involves cultivating mindfulness and self-awareness, as well as a willingness to challenge our habitual patterns of thought and behavior. It requires us to question the validity of our assumptions and judgments, and to consider alternative perspectives that may offer a more balanced and nuanced view of reality. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that by adopting a rational perspective on life, we can cultivate greater resilience and emotional stability. Rather than being swept away by our emotions or reacting impulsively to external events, we can respond with clarity and composure, guided by our principles and values. In summary, the power of perception is a key lesson of Stoic philosophy that emphasizes the importance of maintaining a rational and objective perspective on the world. By reframing our perceptions of events and choosing to respond with equanimity and resilience, we can cultivate greater peace of mind and emotional well-being, regardless of the challenges we may face. Lesson 4: Cultivating resilience in the face of adversity. Stoicism teaches that challenges and obstacles are an inevitable part of life, and that our response to adversity plays a crucial role in shaping our character and determining our destiny. According to Stoic philosophy, rather than being seen as barriers to our progress, obstacles are opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, writes, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This sentiment encapsulates the Stoic belief that by embracing obstacles and setbacks, we can harness their transformative power to propel us forward on the path to self-mastery and fulfillment. Cultivating resilience in the face of adversity involves adopting a mindset characterized by courage, perseverance, and resilience. It requires us to confront challenges with a sense of purpose and determination, rather than succumbing to despair or resignation. One of the key insights of Stoicism is that our response to adversity is within our control, even when the external circumstances are not. Rather than allowing ourselves to be defined by our circumstances, we can choose to respond with resilience and fortitude, drawing on our inner strength and resources to overcome whatever challenges we may face. Practicing resilience involves cultivating habits of mind and behavior that enable us to navigate life's difficulties with grace and resilience. This may include developing coping strategies, seeking support from others, and maintaining a sense of perspective in the face of adversity. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that by reframing obstacles as opportunities for growth and self-improvement, we can transform even the most difficult circumstances into catalysts for positive change. Rather than viewing setbacks as failures, we can see them as valuable lessons that contribute to our personal and spiritual development. In summary, cultivating resilience in the face of adversity is a core teaching of Stoic philosophy that emphasizes the importance of confronting challenges with courage and determination. By embracing obstacles as opportunities for growth and self-discovery, we can cultivate greater resilience and inner strength, and ultimately realize our full potential as rational and virtuous beings. Lesson 5: Living in accordance with nature. Stoicism teaches that living in harmony with the natural order of the universe is essential for achieving inner peace and fulfillment. According to Stoic philosophy, the universe is governed by rational principles, and human beings are part of a larger cosmic order that transcends individual desires and preferences. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, writes, "Everything is interwoven, and the web is wholly." This sentiment encapsulates the Stoic belief that all things are interconnected and that the universe operates according to a rational and harmonious plan. Living in accordance with nature involves attuning ourselves to the rhythms of the natural world and aligning our thoughts and actions with the principles of reason and virtue. It requires us to cultivate a sense of humility and reverence for the beauty and complexity of existence, and to recognize our place within the larger cosmic order. Practicing living in accordance with nature involves adopting a mindset characterized by acceptance, gratitude, and mindfulness. It requires us to let go of attachment to outcomes and to embrace the inherent transience of life, recognizing that change is a natural and inevitable part of the human experience. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that by living in harmony with nature, we can cultivate greater resilience and emotional stability. Rather than being buffeted by the ups and downs of life, we can navigate its challenges with grace and equanimity, drawing on the wisdom and strength that come from aligning ourselves with the natural order. In summary, living in accordance with nature is a fundamental principle of Stoic philosophy that emphasizes the importance of aligning our thoughts and actions with the principles of reason and virtue. By cultivating a deep appreciation for the interconnectedness of all things and embracing the transience of life, we can achieve greater peace of mind and fulfillment, and ultimately live more harmoniously with the flow of existence. Lesson 6: The dichotomy of control. Stoicism distinguishes between that which is within our control and that which lies beyond it, a concept known as the dichotomy of control. According to Stoic philosophy, while we may not have control over external events and circumstances, we always retain the ability to control our own thoughts, attitudes, and responses. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, writes, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This sentiment encapsulates the Stoic belief that true freedom and autonomy come from recognizing and accepting the limits of our control, and focusing our attention and efforts on the aspects of life that are within our power to influence. Embracing the dichotomy of control involves adopting a mindset characterized by acceptance, detachment, and equanimity. It requires us to let go of attachment to outcomes and to cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience, regardless of the external circumstances we may face. Practicing the dichotomy of control involves consciously choosing where to direct our attention and energy, and accepting the outcomes that are beyond our control with grace and humility. It requires us to cultivate habits of mind and behavior that enable us to navigate life's uncertainties with clarity and composure, rather than being swept away by our emotions or reacting impulsively to external events. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that by embracing the dichotomy of control, we can cultivate greater freedom and autonomy in our lives. Rather than being at the mercy of external forces, we can choose how to respond to life's challenges with wisdom and integrity, drawing on our inner resources and strengths to navigate whatever comes our way. In summary, the dichotomy of control is a foundational principle of Stoic philosophy that emphasizes the importance of recognizing and accepting the limits of our control, and focusing our attention and efforts on the aspects of life that are within our power to influence. By embracing this lesson, we can cultivate greater resilience, inner peace, and autonomy, and ultimately live more authentically and purposefully. Lesson 7. The pursuit of eudaimonia. Stoicism teaches that the ultimate goal of human life is eudaimonia, or flourishing, a state of fulfillment and well-being that is achieved through the cultivation of virtue and moral excellence. According to Stoic philosophy, eudaimonia is not dependent on external circumstances or material possessions, but rather on the development of inner qualities such as wisdom, courage, and temperance. Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations writes, "What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees." This sentiment encapsulates the Stoic belief that true happiness and fulfillment come from living in accordance with our nature as rational and moral beings, and from contributing to the well-being of the larger community of which we are a part. The pursuit of eudaimonia involves striving to align our thoughts, actions, and intentions with the principles of virtue and moral excellence in every aspect of life. It requires us to cultivate habits of mind and behavior that are conducive to our flourishing and to resist the temptations of vice and moral laxity. Practicing the pursuit of eudaimonia involves ongoing self-examination and self-discipline, as well as a commitment to continual growth and improvement. It requires us to cultivate a sense of purpose and meaning in our lives, and to live in accordance with our values and principles, even in the face of adversity or opposition. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that the pursuit of eudaimonia is its own reward, that the practice of living in accordance with virtue and moral excellence brings its own intrinsic satisfaction and fulfillment, regardless of external circumstances. By embracing this lesson, individuals can strive to lead lives of integrity, authenticity, and moral purpose, thereby realizing their full potential as rational and virtuous beings. In summary, the pursuit of eudaimonia is a central teaching of Stoic philosophy that emphasizes the importance of cultivating virtue and moral excellence as the foundation of a fulfilling and meaningful life. By aligning our thoughts, actions, and intentions with the principles of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we can achieve greater peace of mind and well-being, and ultimately contribute to the flourishing of the larger community of which we are a part. Lesson 8. The impermanence of life. Stoicism confronts us with the stark reality of the impermanence of life, urging us to embrace the fleeting nature of existence with courage and equanimity. According to Stoic philosophy, the only constant in life is change, and all things are subject to the universal law of impermanence. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, writes, "Everything is ephemeral, both what remembers and what is remembered." This sentiment encapsulates the Stoic belief that life is inherently transient, and that attachment to the impermanent things of this world only leads to suffering and dissatisfaction. The recognition of the impermanence of life is not meant to inspire despair or nihilism, but rather to cultivate a deeper appreciation for the preciousness of each moment and the beauty of existence. Stoicism teaches that by confronting our mortality with clarity and acceptance, we can transcend the fear of death and embrace life's impermanent beauty with gratitude and humility. Practicing acceptance of the impermanence of life involves cultivating mindfulness and presence, and a willingness to let go of attachment to outcomes and expectations. It requires us to live in the present moment, savoring life's joys and sorrows with grace and dignity, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that by embracing the impermanence of life, we can cultivate greater resilience and emotional stability. Rather than being overwhelmed by the inevitability of change, we can navigate life's uncertainties with equanimity and serenity, drawing on the wisdom and strength that come from accepting things as they are. In summary, the impermanence of life is a central teaching of Stoic philosophy that emphasizes the importance of embracing change with courage and equanimity. By confronting our mortality and accepting the transient nature of existence, we can cultivate greater peace of mind and well-being, and ultimately live more fully and authentically in the present moment. Lesson 9: The discipline of desire. Stoicism teaches the importance of cultivating a disciplined approach to our desires and impulses, recognizing the inherent dangers of unchecked craving and attachment. According to Stoic philosophy, desire is often the root cause of suffering and dissatisfaction, as it leads us to pursue external pleasures and possessions that are ultimately beyond our control. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, writes, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think or do, only what you do." This sentiment encapsulates the Stoic belief that true freedom and autonomy come from freeing ourselves from the tyranny of desire and cultivating a sense of inner peace and contentment that is independent of external circumstances. The discipline of desire involves practicing moderation and self-restraint in our consumption and indulgence, and cultivating a sense of gratitude and contentment for what we have. It requires us to let go of attachment to material possessions and external accolades, and to seek fulfillment from within rather than from external sources. Practicing the discipline of desire involves ongoing self-examination and self-discipline, as well as a willingness to challenge our habitual patterns of thought and behavior. It requires us to cultivate a sense of detachment and equanimity, and to recognize that true happiness and contentment come from living in accordance with our values and principles, rather than from the pursuit of external pleasures and distractions. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that by embracing the discipline of desire, we can cultivate greater resilience and emotional stability. Rather than being driven by our impulses and cravings, we can navigate life's uncertainties with grace and dignity, drawing on the wisdom and strength that come from living in alignment with our values and principles. In summary, the discipline of desire is a core teaching of Stoic philosophy that emphasizes the importance of cultivating moderation and self-restraint in our desires and impulses. By freeing ourselves from the tyranny of desire and cultivating a sense of inner peace and contentment, we can achieve greater resilience and emotional stability, and ultimately live more authentically and purposefully. Lesson 10: The practice of self-reflection. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-reflection as a means of cultivating self-awareness and self-mastery. According to Stoic philosophy, self-reflection involves examining our thoughts, attitudes, and actions with honesty and humility, and striving to align ourselves with the principles of reason and virtue in every aspect of life. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, writes, "To accept without arrogance, to let it go with indifference." This sentiment encapsulates the Stoic belief that true wisdom comes from a willingness to question our assumptions and beliefs, and to strive for greater self-understanding and self-awareness. The practice of self-reflection involves cultivating mindfulness and presence, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and our behavior. It requires us to let go of ego and defensiveness, and to approach ourselves with compassion and curiosity, rather than judgment and condemnation. Practicing self-reflection involves setting aside time for introspection and contemplation, and a commitment to ongoing growth and self-improvement. It requires us to cultivate a sense of humility and openness, and to be willing to learn from our mistakes and failures, rather than denying or avoiding them. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that by embracing the practice of self-reflection, we can cultivate greater resilience and emotional stability. Rather than being driven by unconscious impulses and habits, we can navigate life's uncertainties with clarity and composure, drawing on the wisdom and insight that come from knowing ourselves deeply. In summary, the practice of self-reflection is a fundamental aspect of Stoic philosophy that emphasizes the importance of cultivating self-awareness and self-mastery. By examining our thoughts, attitudes, and actions with honesty and humility, and striving to align ourselves with the principles of reason and virtue, we can achieve greater resilience and emotional stability, and ultimately live more authentically and purposefully. Lesson 11: The virtue of courage. Stoicism extols the virtue of courage as essential to living a life of meaning and purpose. According to Stoic philosophy, true courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the willingness to confront adversity and uncertainty with resilience and fortitude. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, writes, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This sentiment encapsulates the Stoic belief that true freedom and autonomy come from recognizing and accepting the limits of our control and focusing our attention and efforts on the aspects of life that are within our power to influence. The virtue of courage involves cultivating a mindset characterized by determination, perseverance, and resilience. It requires us to confront our fears with grace and dignity, rather than being overwhelmed by them or allowing them to dictate our actions. Practicing courage involves stepping outside of our comfort zones and facing challenges with a sense of purpose and conviction. It requires us to cultivate habits of mind and behavior that enable us to navigate life's uncertainties with clarity and composure, rather than being driven by fear or anxiety. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that by embracing the virtue of courage, we can cultivate greater resilience and emotional stability. Rather than being paralyzed by fear or uncertainty, we can confront life's challenges with confidence and conviction, drawing on the strength and courage that come from knowing ourselves deeply. In summary, the virtue of courage is a core teaching of Stoic philosophy that emphasizes the importance of confronting adversity and uncertainty with resilience and fortitude. By cultivating courage in the face of life's challenges, we can transcend our limitations and realize our full potential as rational and virtuous beings, and ultimately live more authentically and purposefully. Lesson 12: The Pursuit of Wisdom. Stoicism champions the pursuit of wisdom as the highest aim of human existence. According to Stoic philosophy, wisdom is not merely the accumulation of knowledge, but rather the ability to discern what is truly important and meaningful in life, and to act in accordance with that understanding. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, writes, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This sentiment encapsulates the Stoic belief that true wisdom comes not from intellectual debate or theoretical speculation, but from living in accordance with the principles of reason and virtue in every aspect of life. The pursuit of wisdom involves cultivating a mindset characterized by curiosity, open-mindedness, and humility. It requires us to be willing to question our assumptions and beliefs, and to seek out new perspectives and insights that challenge our existing understanding of the world. Practicing the pursuit of wisdom involves ongoing self-examination and self-improvement, and a commitment to lifelong learning and growth. It requires us to cultivate habits of mind and behavior that enable us to navigate life's complexities with clarity and discernment, rather than being overwhelmed by them. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that by embracing the pursuit of wisdom, we can cultivate greater resilience and emotional stability. Rather than being swayed by the opinions of others or the changing tides of fortune, we can navigate life's uncertainties with confidence and conviction, drawing on the insight and understanding that come from living in accordance with our values and principles. In summary, the pursuit of wisdom is a central teaching of Stoic philosophy that emphasizes the importance of cultivating insight and understanding as the foundation of a meaningful and purposeful life. By embracing the pursuit of wisdom, we can enrich our lives with meaning and purpose, and ultimately realize our full potential as rational and virtuous beings. Conclusion. In conclusion, Stoicism offers a comprehensive philosophy of life that provides valuable guidance for navigating life's challenges and uncertainties. Through the teachings of Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers, we gain invaluable insights into the nature of virtue, resilience, and self-mastery. By embracing principles such as acceptance, virtue, and the power of perception, we can cultivate a mindset characterized by clarity, equanimity, and inner peace. Through the practice of self-reflection, courage, and the pursuit of wisdom, we can embark on a journey of self-discovery and self-transformation, realizing our full potential as rational and virtuous beings. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. May these lessons from Stoicism inspire and guide us on our path towards a life of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment.
Thank you so much for joining us in the Zen Zone Nexus today. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. Your support means the world to us, and hey, if you liked what you saw, give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Let's grow this Zen Zone community together. We appreciate each and every one of you. Stay tuned for more exciting content And until next time, stay Zen, stay connected. This is Zen Zone, signing off from Zen Zone Nexus. See you in the next video.